Hey everyone. Um, I wanted to get into something in this video and um talk about, is there a cure or treatment for spinocerebellar degeneration or cerebellar degeneration? I also want to give you a little brief update as to what's going on the next couple of um days. And I'll probably start with that. So anyway, um as many of you already know, I've been having increasingly trouble with uh, walking, where I've been needing my cane for longer distance, and this has been going on for a while, um, at times, and um, in the meantime, after my ataxia, my balance and health started declining within the past year or so. I recently noticed I had developed scoliosis of the spine, which is the sideways curvature of the spine. And it's going from like all the way up into my neck and down through my shoulders, in between my shoulder blades. Um, and for some odd reason, I somehow feel it's connected to my difficulty walking, like it's a neuromuscular thing. Um, I also noticed, um, as many of you already know, I have cerebellar atrophy, which is a shrinkage of my cerebellum, where my cerebellum in the back of the brain has gotten smaller than it should be. Well, I noticed there are certain parts of my uh, areas of my muscle where um, my left leg appears to be thinner than the right leg, um, and whatnot. So I also noticed that as well. I also noticed in my scoliosis x-rays, like, there is an increase in muscle mass on this shoulder as compared to this shoulder. So I don't know what that is, but um, it's just, it almost seems like I have loss of muscle mass or something, something weird like that. And it could be a reason why I have trouble walking and I'm so fatigued all the time. So, but a Thursday I go in to see my neurologist, and I'm going to bring in my scans of my spine x-rays. And I know people with neuromuscular conditions can develop scoliosis as well. So it may be related to my ataxia, it may not be, I don't know. But I just find that it just seems like it's connected, but I can't be 100% certain as to what is going on there. But so it seems like it's connected, but I don't know. So yeah, Thursday I have my neurologist appointment in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and tomorrow I'm due to go back to physical therapy and the chiropractor for my back and spine. So that's what's going on tomorrow. But I don't know if I can show you my leg, but it's kind of hard to see it. But it just looks like the right leg is just thicker than the left leg. It's not drastic, it's a little bit, but I mean, I've noticed it, so but yeah, that's, I've noticed that too, so I don't know. So that's the health update right now, and what's going on the next couple days. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about, is there a cure or treatment for spinocerebellar degeneration or cerebellar degeneration or hereditary? I'm specifically talking the hereditary types. Okay. So I have cerebellar degeneration, supposedly. It's mainly isolated to my cerebellum in the back of the brain. I possibly have a split in my frontal lobe. I don't know. I want to speak to my neurologist about that too. But I so it's when my cerebellum deteriorates and it has shrunk. So, and it's an area in the brain. And it controls movement, muscle movement, your balance, your coordination, your eye movement, a bunch of things. So, and it can leave you with effects like tremor and just involuntary muscle contractions or movements, dystonia. It can leave you with vision problems because of your eye movements are just abnormal. And just it'll leave you with side effects due to your abnormal movements. People with dystonia may feel pain in regards to their muscles contracting all the time, muscle cramps and stuff like that. So, because of these movements that is caused by the condition. So, there is no cure or anything to actually reverse the cerebellar degeneration or the spinocerebellar degeneration part of it. It gradually deteriorates over time, and there's no cure or treatment to like reverse it and bring it back to, let's say, a normal cerebellum or a normal size and that fully functions. Okay. Just over time, it kind of like gets worse, unfortunately. However, there are medication options, and it can be used for any type of ataxia. If you suffer from side effects like dystonia or tremor or vertigo or dizziness, a person can be prescribed medications to help make you more comfortable in dealing with these painful or disturbing side effects you get from the condition. And it's just like, it's used to basically to help the side effects. It has nothing to do with helping or treating or curing the ataxia itself, unfortunately. Now, many people that have cerebellar or spinocerebellar degeneration are highly focused on exercise and physical therapy. So, if you have the condition, the best treatment option that gives physical benefits and like helping reverse the progressive symptoms of having the cerebellar or spinocerebellar degeneration is exercise. I noticed this myself because I do balancing exercises and techniques and stuff. And each day I do it, I notice I find improvements in my balance. So it just kind of plays a role in kind of like, it doesn't cure it or stop it, but it kind of like slows down the process and it helps you kind of function better with your balance and coordination if you do those exercises. And that's like the closest thing there is to reverse the condition is exercise. But again, it's not a cure. It's just basically to help slow it down and to help you with improvements in your balance, and it keeps you going, and it prevents you from deteriorating that fast. So that's what that is about. And I wanted to address real quick about episodic ataxia types, because I'm supposed to have episodic ataxia. However, there's this misinterpretation that the medication Diamox just takes your ataxia away in those with episodic ataxia. This is not true, because some people with episodic ataxia do not respond to the medication. And some people with episodic ataxia develop chronic permanent cerebellar atrophy, which causes you to have balance issues more permanently in addition to having your episodes. So it's actually a more complicated form of ataxia than what people think. I know there are a lot of sources of information online that doesn't really explain it in a whole lot of appropriate detail. It just basically gives you a little rough, all symptoms may respond to medication, things like that. It doesn't really it makes you it's misleading into people thinking that it takes away the episodic ataxia. But there is actually no cure for episodic ataxia. Just like any form of ataxia, Diamox is just basically used to help with the side effects of this form of ataxia, like vertigo and dizziness that increases your unsteadiness. It's not something that takes away the ataxia in people with episodic ataxia. So I also wanted to bring that up as well. It works just like any other type of ataxia that may require medication. Like in people with Friedreich's ataxia that may need heart medications for their heart problems due to a side effect of Friedreich's ataxia, or people with other forms of ataxia have developed tremors and they're given a medication to kind of help with the tremors. Well, episodic ataxia kind of works that same way. So I wanted to explain that further too. Because I have a lot of symptoms that Diamox does not even help. And I kind of have an idea on how, based on my experience, on how that kind of works. So, yeah. This is my brain scan from 2017. That's the cerebellum right there, and that's the cerebellar atrophy with the crack in there. And it's actually small, a little bit smaller than it should be. So, I had a CAT scan up to date as of the beginning of this year, which kind of looks similar. There's a possibility it did shrink a little bit more, but, it's just an MRI like this is just a better view of what is going on with the brain than a CAT scan is. It gives you a clearer picture, so it's hard to tell with a CAT scan as to what's really going on. But that's what that is right there. So that's my brain scan. But that's basically what I wanted to go over. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this insightful and this information helpful. So have a great evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.